Hi, welcome back, Monday. Uh, so there's some changes for the month of September. Tonight I'm going to be reading from my first book, Return, and it's the first book of my Walkerville Desires series. And after I finish the two readings, I want to talk to you about what we're planning for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month. And the other thing I realized as I was sitting here was that I've never mentioned the names of the chapters that I'm reading from. But anyway, so this is from Book 1, Chapter 4, called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. You may or may not get why I called it that. Fiona caught her mother nodding at Walter, husband number 3. He cleared his throat. "Glad to see you, Pumpkin. What brings you home?" Walter, like Martha Janine, liked the finer things in life. He met her when she and a group of women friends took a 4-day trip to Las Vegas. He was a porter at the Grand Pinnacles Hotel where the ladies were staying. Walter spied a tall, gorgeous, natural redhead checking out his backside. When the same redhead gave him a $20 tip, he bowed, kissed her hand, and whispered, "Please let me know if there's anything, and I mean anything else I can do for you during your stay." And that had been that. By the end of her stay, Martha Janine and Walter had eloped in one of the wedding chapels amid bottles of champagne, screaming friends, catcalling Walter, demanding where they could find 3 more of you for the rest of us. Putting down her coffee cup, Fiona replied steelly, "Walter, you may not call me Pumpkin, and you know why I'm here. You called saying that Mother was dying." Obviously, Martha Janine had not known this story. She gave up filing her manicured nails, her forehead creased, eyes glaring at Walter. He resembled a fish out of water for a few seconds, trying to unhook himself. "Oh, my. Well, Martha Janine, dear, I may have called Fiona when you were throwing everything at me a few days ago. Remember, you clutched your bosom, saying you were having a heart attack." Disgustedly, her mother tugged off her left 5-inch black Louboutin high heel and threw the shoe at him, grazing his right ear and drawing a bit of blood. "Oh, get out of here, Walter. You are truly useless." Walter clutched his ear, whimpering about the injury and the blood, and indeed there were a few splatters of blood on his fresh white Henley shirt. He fled the room, damning himself for making the phone call to Fiona. "Okay, Mother," Fiona inquired after the commotion and Walter left. "What's going on?" Martha Janine retrieved the shoe and slipped it back on her foot. She turned her ankles side to side, admiring her foot. She had such wonderful ankles. It was worth wearing these heels to show them off. "Mother!" Fiona admonished. "Oh, all right." Sitting back down, her mother said, "I want to divorce that man. I don't even know why I married him. He's fluffy. He gets sick too much. He doesn't want to do anything. He's so boring." Fiona fixed herself a bagel with cream cheese and strawberry jam. "So what's the problem, Mother? Seems to me by now you're an expert on how to initiate a divorce." "Oh dear. Okay, so my fingers got sort of off.
The cat stepped on the keyboard.
Oh, the cat stepped on the keyboard. Okay.
Do you need help or have you got it?
I'm fine. Okay. So Fiona fixed herself a bagel with cream cheese and strawberry jam. "So what's the problem, Mother? Seems to me you'd be an expert on how to initiate a divorce by now." "Really, Fiona, sarcasm doesn't set well on your lips." Her mother sighed. "I'm afraid I'll be the laughing stock if I start divorce proceedings after only 18 months of marriage." I want you to start a rumor that he's abusing me, and that's why you think I should divorce him. Fiona would not be manipulated. Mother, that's insane. So what if you're a laughingstock? You've been considered strange all your life. What is the big deal? Her mother got up, fidgeting with her hair, straightening out the hem of her cocktail dress. She walked around the parlor looking for a mirror. Well, if you want to know the truth, I think that some abuse would look better. Fiona fell back onto the couch. She was beside herself. Mother, you are impossible. You got yourself in this, you get yourself out. I've taken some time off work because I thought you were really dying and you would want to talk about this. I have to take a sip of water. Remembering their last conversation, Fiona asked, Mother, what was the outcome of that meeting with the accountant? I remember you called and were rambling about running out of money unless you changed to berries. Martha Janine sighed deeply, brushing away Fiona's concern. Oh, that accountant wants me to do something different, or he says I'll run out of money in 10 years. 10 years? That's a lifetime. How can I think in terms of 10 years? Fiona replied kindly, Mother, in 10 years you'll be 58 years old. Surely that's not too late, nor is it a very long time from now. What is it about the apples that has the accountant thinking that you've got to switch to berries? Talk to me, Mother. Martha Janine poured more coffee. Really, Fiona, I don't want you to be concerned. I'm not touching your inheritance. It's just my part of the Montrose money that's running out. Frustrated, Fiona stood up. Mother, you know I don't give a rat's ass about my inheritance. Fine, if you don't want to discuss things, I'll be taking the next bus back to Resolute Rock. Now that I see that you've got things under control, thank you for breakfast. Sorry for the coughing. So, Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire, Chapter 4. And we're going to go into the second part of the reading. And I wanted to do some reading about the relationship between Martha Janine and her daughter Fiona. Fiona's kind of the heroine of, she is the heroine of this first book. Her mother was at her vanity, her favorite seat in the house. It was a beautiful piece. An Art Deco burled wood vanity and a huge oval-shaped mirror with makeup lights all around it. Martha Janine claimed that Kirkwood had given this to her as a wedding present. There was a matching stool that spun around. As a child, Fiona loved to spin herself on it. She would hold out her arms, eyes closed, like she was flying in space. Once she vomited her breakfast all over the vanity, the carpet, and herself, as she made herself sick from spinning. Martha Janine was more worried about the state of the vanity than in her daughter's health. Fiona watched her mother consider the face in the mirror, searching for pores, wrinkles, and other signs of aging. She reapplied her lipstick and, grabbing a tissue, to kiss. Fiona smiled as she remembered watching her mother do that 1,000 times. She shook herself from her reverie. I was wondering, Mother, if I may borrow your car. I want to say hi to Josie before I leave. Her mother turned to her, curiosity etched on her beautiful face. Tell me again why you don't have your car anymore? Sitting on the overstuffed chair next to the vanity with her hands folded elegantly on her lap, Fiona patiently recited her story like the perfect child. We didn't have the money to make the rent on the shelter. The funding was going to come through in a month, so I sold my car, and Bill put in some of his savings, and we made the rent and saved the shelter, and the funding came through so we can operate for another 9 months. The end. Martha Janine, touching up her mascara, tutted. Fiona, as I've said over and over, young lady, sarcasm does not suit you. As if remembering something, she put down her mascara brush. She opened up a huge jewelry box that sat in the middle of the vanity. She rummaged through several little drawers before she found what she wanted. Tossing her daughter a set of keys, she replied, "Here, in the garage. Take that old Mercedes I bought for Benjamin. It's just sitting around. You should have told me you didn't have a car." "Oh, Mother, I didn't tell you because," Fiona began quietly. "Because you're too stubborn," her mother finished. "What you did was admirable, if a bit foolish and impulsive. Just take the car. Benjamin will never come back for it." Benjamin was husband number 2. When his first wife won the lottery of $25 million, Benjamin had to come clean, telling Martha Janine the truth. She was shocked to know she'd married a bigamist, and thrilled as well. What a story for her book club! Her mother extended her left cheek, and Fiona bent to kiss it, just like she'd done throughout her childhood. Her mother had trained her well. So those are the 2 readings for tonight. Thanks for joining me. And so AC has prepared some great bullets for me. So we're reading, for the month of October, we're reading on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After last month's first flights, I realized that preparing and presenting a live stream every night was just way too much work. It took me a lot away from, at the actual writing itself that I love doing. So there are some people who are talking about wanting to get a look behind the curtain. So I'm going to plan on taking you there. So sort of loosely, the plan for the month of September is Monday, that's tonight, and every Monday night I'll pick a work we're going to explore for the week and read a couple of passages to take you into that time in Walkerville and to highlight some of the characters. And on Wednesday and Friday, we're going to go behind the printed page, and I'll share a bit about what goes on behind the closed doors. This Wednesday, I'm going to tell you more about our Walkervillians. I'm going to tell you how I met them, how they came to me. And then on Friday, I want to talk to you about things that are very important to me when I write. Finding music. Sometimes a song comes to me, and I know it's the theme song for the whole book. So on Friday, I'll tell you what the theme song for Return is. And sometimes there's a song that fits a particular chapter, but more about that. So thank you for joining me, and remember to check just below this video. YouTube, as you guys know, counts everything. So it means a lot if you would give us a thumbs up, and it's really helpful if you just subscribe to my channel by clicking that big red button. If you have questions or comments, there are links to my Facebook and Instagram and my email address. Remember that AC is archiving all of these. Check the playlist on my page. Plus, the direct link for Wednesday's night's live stream is there too. Hope to see you then, and we're going to be talking about characters. Thanks again for joining me. See you Wednesday night.
Clear.